Can't believe how relaxing this is. I should get one of these. Thank you for seeing me, especially after all this time. I wasn't sure if you'd remember me.
Of course I remember you, Gabrielle. It's been
3 years.
Has it been that long?
Can you believe it?
What's going on now?
Ben, my son,
I remember Ben.
he was diagnosed with cancer.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
We're the best doctors on the case. We're gonna fight this aggressively. He's gonna make it, I know he is. It's gonna be hard, but I know he's gonna make it. The doctors are optimistic.
It's good to be optimistic, to have hope.
Chemo makes him so sick. But he rebounds. He's such a trooper.
How does all this make you feel?
Helpless, anxious, and panicked.
That's understandable, given the circumstances.
I'm getting these panic attacks again. I haven't had one in years.
Did these panic attacks start when you were younger?
You know I don't want to talk about when I was a child. I just want them to go away. I don't want Ben to see them. I need to be there for him.
Well, there are medications, Gabrielle, that will help with the panic attacks. I have a colleague, a psychiatrist, that I can recommend who can prescribe you something. But medication is, in my opinion, just a Band-Aid, and I would still want to see you on a regular basis. You know, Gabrielle, we never really talked about your family. But I'm afraid we are out of time for today. This is my colleague who will prescribe something for the panic attacks. Gabrielle, I want to see you next week or sooner if possible. I really think this would be helpful, especially with everything you have on your plate.
You know, it does help to talk. But honestly, I don't think I have time right now. I'm gonna have to call you.
Of course. Gabrielle, I really do think you should come more often. Talking through things helps lighten our burdens, especially given everything you're going through.
I'm sure you're right. I'm just so not used to talking to people about what's going on with me. I solve my own problems. But Ben isn't responding to the chemo. I think he's getting down. I think he's losing hope.
I'm sure this is really hard on you.
I don't know how to do this. I wish there was a book or something that could tell me. I've looked. I've spent hours on the internet. All I find are these articles and blogs that tell me how hard this is. That's it. There's this poem that's cited everywhere, even by Ronald Reagan, for Christ's sakes. It's called something like, I don't know, the orphan's story or tale. It goes something like, when a wife loses her husband, she's called a widow. When a husband loses his wife, he's called a widower. When a child loses his parents, he's called an orphan. But there's no name for a parent who loses his child. That's how horrible the loss is. I don't need anybody to tell me how horrible the loss is. I need somebody to tell me how to fix this, goddammit. I'm a problem solver. There's always been a fix. So many trips to the emergency room. Busted up Jen. We cut off his finger with a neighbor's saw. So many broken bones. There's always been a fix. But with cancer, there may not be a fix. You know, I think a parent always worries about their kids. Will they have friends? Will they get on that team they want to get on? Will they get a job when they graduate from college? Will they graduate from college? But it never occurs to you to worry. Will they die of cancer? You just shouldn't have to worry about that. You shouldn't have to try to find a way to prepare your child to die. Maybe your parents, but not your child.
Gabrielle, anybody in your situation would feel the same way. Maybe you'd want to see a grief counselor or grief group. I can certainly make a recommendation.
I like to talk to you. I trust you. You don't judge me. You remind me of my father. You have kind eyes like he did.
You're very sweet. Thank you. When did he pass?
A long time ago. You know, the other day, when I was leaving the hospital, I went into the chapel, the hospital chapel. I mean, I'm not religious or anything, and I certainly can't be Christian. Those people are nuts. I don't believe in hell. That's not true. I think I'm in it.
It may feel like that right now, but it won't always be like this.
I hope not. Anyway, the chapel said it was not affiliated with any religion. Quite frankly, at that point, I didn't care if it was run by aliens. I just needed a safe place.
Were you having another panic attack?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't fill that prescription. Maybe that would have helped. Anyway, I went into the chapel and I just sat in the corner. Something really strange about it, though. It was as if there was something or someone there. I just started talking out loud. Actually, I cursed and gave whatever, him, her, the middle finger. But you know what was funny? At that moment, I realized I wasn't an atheist anymore.
How long had you thought you were an atheist?
Since my dad died.
I'm afraid time has beaten us again.
Has a way of doing that.
I'm sorry. That was a poor choice of words. Gabrielle, call me and I will find the time to fit you in. I really think this is important. You don't have to do this on your own. It's a lot to deal with.
I really would like to. I'm going to have to check my calendar, though, with Ben's treatments and everything. I don't have a regular schedule. But I will call you. I think you're right. I think this is too big for me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I apologize for not coming sooner.
How are you?
Actually, I'm better now.
Now?
Ben died.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You know, after he died, I went into a deep depression. All I did was cry. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even work. I was really broken. I even thought about killing myself. Can you believe that?
I can.
Crazy, right?
No. Actually, it's not. Happens quite often.
What? People killing themselves?
No, well, that does happen occasionally, unfortunately, but thinking about it, that's what I'm referring to. It's a fairly common reaction given a loss such as yours.
That makes me feel better.
You look different.
What do you mean, like bad?
No, not at all. You look younger, kind of freer.
Wearing my hair different. Actually, I feel different. Something shifted.
How so?
Well, to get out of the deep depression, I knew that I was going to need to find another way to view death.
And what came to you?
Funny enough, it was this movie I used to watch at Christmas time when I was a kid. It was on every year. I don't think it's on anymore. It's kind of like It's a Wonderful Life, but different. This one's about angels too, but it's about a little angel. In fact, the name of it's The Littlest Angel.
I don't know this story.
It's about a little boy who dies. He's about 4 or 5 years old. He goes to heaven and becomes an angel, the littlest angel. At the beginning of the movie, he's so upset about being in heaven and away from his family. In the end, though, he's okay with it because he realized he was sent to earth for a very specific task. And when that was completed, God needed him back in heaven. I know it sounds kind of weird, but that story really helped me.
I can see how it would.
Same time next week?
That works.
Thank you, Dr. Alexander.
My pleasure, Gabrielle.